Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Leadership Talk with Adegoke. Um, Glad to be on the platform with Coach Joy Ojakovo, and we're looking at leadership and synergy. Leadership and synergy. That's right. Coach Joy, how are you today?
I'm very well, Coach Adegoke, and thank you for having me in this show. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so tell us, who is Coach Joy?
Thank you for that question. Okay, as you rightly said, I'm Joy Ojakovo. I'm a John Maxwell coach. I joined the John Maxwell team in 2022. Professionally, I'm a financial expert, an award winning accountant, and I'm also into pensions. I'm a mother of four and I enjoy reading. I also love dancing and I enjoy just watching nature.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Tell us, what's your understanding? What is leadership to you?
Um, to me, I would say leadership is when you have people who are able to buy into your vision. You are leading a team of people, you are engaging them, you are guiding them, you are propelling them towards a shared vision. Then you are a leader. As a leader, you must have people who are looking up to you. That's what makes you a leader, and your ability to impact people positively and to make them better than when you met them makes you a very important and significant leader.
Awesome, awesome. Well done, well done. If you just joined us, this is Leadership Talk with Adegoke, and we're looking at leadership and synergy. And we have with us Coach Joy Ojakovo. Now, what is synergy?
Synergy is a very interesting word that I was so impressed about it when I came across it. And when you think of synergy, normally we say 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. But when there is synergy, 1 plus 1 can be 3, it can be 10, it can be 100, it can be 1,000, even million. So synergy is when a team comes together, when individuals come together. What each person can achieve will definitely be more when two or more people come together. So when there is synergy, the outcome is tripled or unquantifiable when they come
Okay,
together to achieve a particular objective. That is synergy.
awesome, awesome. Okay, what? So, now, what's the relationship between leadership and synergy?
Synergy and leadership have a closely interconnected relationship. And you may ask me why. Because for an organization or for a team to be
Why?
effective, there must be leadership. And when that leadership is able to articulate a vision and then the team keys into it, then you can have a synergy of ideas. So leadership must provide the enabling environment so that synergy can be experienced in a team and in an organization. So when a leader is able to articulate a vision and the team or the organization key into that vision, you find out that what they can
Awesome.
do is much more significant when they have a vision that they can look up to and is shared and is
Mm,
well articulated.
a shared vision. Mm, mm. Well done, Coach.
Like,
Um,
yeah.
so awesome, awesome.
Just
So
to also add,
now, can you just
to
share with
add,
us?
coach, Yeah,
Okay.
let me also add,
Yes.
when leadership also provide an environment that encourages diversity and inclusion, you find there is also the tendency for the organization to grow. Because when there is diversity, different people with different skills, different ideas, different way of doing things, they come together and there is a shared vision, a shared goal. You can be sure that the outcome is going to be unquantifiable. That is how the leader propels synergy.
Wow. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. If you just join us, this is Leadership Talk with Adegoke, and we're having an awesome session with Coach Joy Ojakovo, and we're looking at leadership and synergy. It takes us to our next question, which is, can you give us some examples of synergy, situations where there's synergy in an organization?
Hmm. There are several examples of synergy in organizations. And if I tell you that Apple is in the forefront of this, of what we call synergy, because
Okay.
they have several products in their product line. You have the
Okay.
MacBook, you have the Apple Watch, you have iCloud, you have, you know, different out products from Apple. And these products, they come together and they makes the user experience, it enhances the user experience. So if I have an
Awesome.
Apple Watch, if I have an Apple phone, you can imagine how seamless I can interact with all my devices. So that's one typical example of synergy. Then you also talk about a team. If you look at probably a football team or a basketball team, for example, you have individual players. But these individual players on their own, they cannot win championships. They are just individuals. But when they come together, when they are able to put their skills, when they are able to collaborate, when they are able to come together to ensure that they achieve that shared goal of winning championships, that is when you have synergy. So these are just typical examples of synergies that I can put forward to you right now. But there are several others. If you have ever been to a Starbucks shop, Starbucks is a prominent chain of
Coffee. Yeah.
coffee shops. Yes,
In the
you found out
US
that,
and all over the world.
yes, they are in collaboration with Spotify. And Spotify is a music streaming company. The customers of Starbucks, they can actually influence the kind of music, that is played in Spotify. So when you go into a Starbucks cafe, you can actually influence the kind of music that Spotify will stream there. So those are the kind of synergies, and it enhances customer experience. It enhances customer value. And when you have these things coming together, you can be sure that you have loyalty, brand loyalty, and which actually then increases the value of the company. That's just a few I can talk to you about right now.
Wow, this is so good, Coach. This is so good. We're thankful. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're going to listen to the replay of the podcast, I have with me Coach Joy Ojakovo, and we're looking at leadership and synergy. Leadership and synergy. Now, what are the consequences of an organization not having the strategy of synergy in place?
When an organization does not have a synergetic strategy in place, I can tell you that there will be significant failures, there will be
Yes.
significant gaps in that organization. You find when there's no synergy,
All right.
there is inefficient use of resources. There's duplication of
Okay.
effort. There's no productivity, lack of productivity. And if there's lack of productivity, how does that impact the
Yeah.
company? Their output, their revenue declining. And when there's also poor decision making, when the HR
Okay.
team is not communicating or collaborating or having that synergetic relationship, then there's poor decision making. And when there's poor decision making, how does that impact the company? Negative decisions are made, which may affect the company poorly. You also have where there's a lot of tension. There is a lot of tension or conflict where there is no strategy for synergy. This is because without effective communication, you want to go or you want to implement a project and the finance team is not involved in any way, then it's likely that finance will not be able to provide the necessary support to support those projects. So it just makes the situation unhealthy. So there must be synergy for organizations to thrive. Each person should play their part. They should collaborate. Collaboration is the bedrock of synergy, because when there is no collaboration, then there can be no synergy, and it impacts on the company negatively.
Okay, well, I think you've spoken well, but I just want you to, add more flesh to it. In terms of the strategies, can you just give us one or two examples of, the strategies?
Okay, the strategies that can be used to enhance synergy. The strategies that can be used to enhance strategy in an organization is for the leadership to provide a shared vision and shared goals. Where the vision is shared, when it is well articulated and everybody keys into it, then you can be able to create a synergetic atmosphere in the organization. Another strategy that you can use is to promote cross-functional collaboration. Each
Okay,
function should be able to collaborate with each other. Encourage
okay,
communication. There should be a culture of openness. There should be a culture of communication. There should be a culture of cross-functional knowledge sharing. That is one of the strategies that a leader can use to create synergy
okay,
in his organization. Then there should be clear roles and responsibilities. I should know what my responsibility is. I should know my job description. I should know what my output will be. What is my objective? How does this objective key into the overall objective organization? So it should be clear so that I'm not working at cross purposes with other people in my team or in my organization. So there must be clear roles and responsibility, and it should be clearly defined, documented, and articulated. Then, as a leader, one way you can encourage synergy is to lead by example. So that's one of the strategies that an
okay,
organization can use. The leaders in the organization should lead by example. They should walk the talk. If they are encouraging communication, if they are encouraging transparency, they should live it and make sure that their team, the employees in the organization, are able to see those qualities, those qualities that they are preferring. They should see it in their leader so that they can follow the leader effectively. I also think that for you to encourage synergy, one other strategy that can be used is training and development. Companies should ensure that their employees are well trained, trained in their roles, and trained in soft skills. So it's not just training me on being an accountant. If I'm an accountant, what other skills do I need to enhance myself? Training and development should be taken seriously. If you say you are spending too much on training, just
yeah,
imagine the cost that you will incur if your employee is not able to do his work the way you want it done. So training is very, very important to grow the skill of your employee. You shouldn't leave the person the way he came into the business. He should be able to grow so that he can improve himself and be able to add value to the job. Then, as I mentioned earlier, the culture of encouraging diversity and inclusion. Don't just limit your employees to people that you know, people who look like you, who walk like you. No, there must be diversity. People that speak different language. It should be IT, it should be finance, it should be HR. Just have people with different skills, people who can bring in their own perspective and make the decision making richer. Don't employ people that are just Gen Z. You can also employ other generations and make the generations of employees in your organization diverse. Bring people in their 20s, in their 30s, just people with different ideas, different perspectives, different cultures, so that decision making is enhanced in the organization. So these are some of the strategies that organizations can use effectively to promote synergy in the workplace.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well done. Okay, so as we come to a close, if you just join us, this is Leadership Talk with Adegoke, and we've been looking at leadership and synergy with Coach Joy Ojakovo. Now, who are your mentors?
Thank you very much for that question, Coach Adegoke. Answering that question on top of my head, I would say my first mentor is my father. And that is a kind of a cliche, but really that is it. My father is one of my mentors, and I appreciate him for what he has done and how he has guided me so far. However, I have also met several people in the course of my career who have encouraged me, who have helped me to become who I am today. There are so many at different stages of my life. I have had people who I take as my mentors. Even up to now, I still believe that there are people who I look up to, who I go to when I need, reassurance, when I need to be sure that I am on the right track. People who are there to guide me. I have several of them. I cannot mention names now, but mentors are necessary for anybody who is ready to grow, to improve, and be a better version of himself.
Well done, well done. Okay, good. So, if our listeners want to reach you, how do they find you? Is it on LinkedIn?
Yes, you can find me on LinkedIn. Joy Ojakovo is my name. I'm there on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram as well, Joy Ojakovo, and also I'm on Facebook, Joy Eboreme Ojakovo.
Wow, awesome, awesome. That's it. You listen to the coach. She shared so many nuggets on synergy, and we've looked at leadership and synergy. And so this is another edition of Leadership Talk with Adegoke. It's been a fascinating one, and I'm so privileged to um, say that this is definitely a good one for us, and we're so thankful to Coach Joy. Thank you for this opportunity, and we look forward to inviting you to speak to another subject matter in future. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and have a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach,
All
for
right.
having me. Thank you for the
Okay.
opportunity.